Hey there everybody, MDW back again, another action figure review, and it's one of the latest Hot Toys figures to be released from Star Wars line. So I've got here the Patrol Trooper from Star Wars Solo Story. You don't really see this guy very often in the film, in fact he's only in it for a couple of seconds right at the start, but this looks like a really cool variant of the Stormtrooper. So let's crack him up and have a look. Guys, welcome back, thanks for joining me. So, like all Hot Toys Star Wars figures, you've got the picture on the front of the box of the figure. It's got this nice little kind of sleeve that goes around the outer part of the box. It doesn't actually say Star Wars A Solo Story on it actually. I don't know if the Rogue Ones and Last Jedi ones did, but it's just got the Star Wars Patrol Trooper, and then literally slip the top off the case of the box. There's another picture there of the figure being posed. Nice little bit of a mock-up. Photoshopping behind him, so that's cool. And then there we go guys, there is the figure inside of the box. Not much to look at, not really a lot of accessories, but say the design of the Trooper is something a bit different. It looks like a cross between the Biker Scout and the Stormtrooper. So yeah, let's take him out of the box and have a look at him. Everybody, we're back with a closer look at the Patrol Trooper. So a bit of a mix and mash, this Trooper. It's kind of a hit between the Stormtrooper and the Biker Scout, as I said at the start of the intro of the video. There's literally different bits and pieces of the armour which, you know, really make me to believe this is what they were trying to go for. The shoulder pads on the armour set and the chest piece and the torso are all quite slimline, like the Biker Scout is, for plenty of movement. Same as the kind of wrist guards, and the hands are all kind of lightweight. Again, the trousers, it's just all material. You know, the codpiece, everything there. Yeah, the back, there's no armour plates on the back of his legs, so it is a very poseable figure, and obviously manoeuvrable in the field, in the lore. But then the helmet's quite random, because it is literally a Stormtrooper helmet with a couple of different bits. So the visor is one piece across the top of the helmet, you guys can see that, but it's still got all the vents, and the actual shape and design of the helmet is from the Stormtrooper. There's a little bit of the different at the front of the helmet. It's kind of like, there's a little visor bit there across the top, but the back has still got, see the all too familiar setup there with the Stormtrooper helmet. It's got a nice little kind of black and white colour scheme. The back bit's different than the Biker Scout as well. So enough to make him a different figure, quite unique looking. I don't know whether when I first saw this figure, and even in the film, I was like, yeah, do you know what I mean? They're just like putting this in so they can sell loads of action figures. A new Trooper, must have it everybody, because they did this obviously in the Range Trooper, which, come on Hot Toys, you need to release that Range Trooper because they look badass, they did in the film. So I'm surprised this guy got a bit of a release at the start, more kind of in keeping with the Shore Trooper release at Rogue One, so I think this guy's going to be quite a popular pickup. But yeah, let's run down the articulation of the figure. So he stands around 12-13 inches tall, just the same as all the other Hot Toys. Do a comparison at the end of the video. His head swivels from left and right, goes up and down, so it's quite movable, which is cool. His arms, literally you can probably get about that far with the shoulder pads touch the chest plate, so that's about as far as you will go for them. They move back a little, not really much at all, it's probably about as far as you're going to get, and then forward obviously as well, that's about as far as you're going to get forward. The arms don't really twist that much because he's got this kind of like rubber webbing on the underneath of his costume, which I'll go into a second. But he's got obviously the arm joints, so they go up, down, and then the hand swivels 360 degrees. The wrist doesn't really turn much. There's zero torso crunch really. Not really much of a waist swivel either. And then the legs, obviously his legs open up because they're just trouser material, but they go about that far. Again, it's stitched all the way into the groin there, so you can't really go any further than that. There's a little bit of a twist. There is quads, and then there's obviously the knee goes up, and you can move his leg up here again above his quads about that far, out and back again. And then the foot, there's not really much of a turn. Again, with most figures you find you turn the foot and the whole kind of leg moves, so there isn't really much movement there. His foot goes up and down a little bit. The strap has come loose on my one, you guys can see that there, which we glued back into place, but it just sits under his boot strap in there, so it's not really much of a big deal, but you guys might have that same issue. So we have a little close up here at the helmet. So the visor is green, you guys can see there's a green tint there to the visor across, which is a really nice touch. The weathering on the armour itself is pretty cool. It's not really heavy, weathering that we've seen with perhaps some of the other troopers here and there. You know, I know that the Death Trooper had a lot of chipping and weathering and almost kind of a browny ink in all their joints. This guy doesn't really have that. He's just got a nice bit of weathering across the top of his visor, all the way around, just little bits of dirt and grime on the side bits of his helmet, kind of in the crevices where you'd expect it to be, a little bit on the front there where he's kind of driving on his, piloting his speeder bike and getting hit with the muck. Again with a strap attaches to his chest plate there, some mud there, and it's only little kind of flecks of mud. There's no scratching or damaging or anything. It's just kind of like little industrial grime that you would get perhaps picked up on a planet like Corellia. Again on his boot there you can see. It's all really well done. It's quite light and it just adds something to the figure rather than being the flat out white that it usually is. So the black bits on the uniform are quite nice. The white and black stands out. His helmet's got a lot of black on it, which is cool. So it kind of like breaks it up a bit. It's got this nice little transition from the white to the black. Little mini control panel in the front of his chest with a green button on it. Little bits on his belt. Again, his belt is kind of moulded onto the torso piece, so it's not really movable, this one. But all the pouches are individually picked out from kind of the leather, faux leather kind of plastic. And then a holster in his belt for his gun, and then one for his baton on the other side. This bit here is usually attachable, but again it's attached to the belt. And again, say the armour piece is all attached there separately. His armour has some crazy goings on underneath it. So this bit here is kind of the faux leather, kind of plastic replica leather here underneath his chest plate and under his helmet here. And then he's got these crazy, like I say, like rubber webbing going all the way down. It's quite cool. It's like a little jumpsuit, rubber jumpsuit. Yeah, it kind of moves back a little bit. It is a little bit flexible, but you guys can actually feel the rubber. You know, and it's really well sculpted. It's a bit different. Looks alright on the figure. And then his trousers are just the literal standard material, nice little white stripe going down there. And the boots are obviously the same kind of plastic picked out for the rest of the armour. So the Patrol Trooper comes with a few accessories with him, not as much as perhaps some of the other Stormtroopers or other figures I've reviewed in the last couple of months. So he has the extra hands, obviously you get them to expect with all the Hot Toys figures. He's only got an extra 5 hands, he's got another one there that's open, it's kind of like Hulk, you know, he's kind of stopping whoever he is, he's pulled over for speeding or whatever there. It's quite interesting there. I like the little design of the white finger and the thumb on the glove. And then he's got the 2 clenched fists. And he's got another clenched fist. Oh no, that's the 2 clenched fists there, sorry. And then one there where he's open, holding a weapon. And then obviously the other side there, where he's holding a weapon as well. 2 weapons he comes with. He comes with a little standard, the Scout, Biker Scout kind of blaster pistol that we're all familiar with from Return of the Jedi. There, it's got that crazy little nodule thing on the side of it. But yeah, so he comes with a blaster pistol. And then he comes with, it looks like some sort of baton, I think. Just kind of cracking people around the head. It's quite cool. I was willing this thing to open and extend to have like a crazy like extendable baton for electrifying people or whatever, but this is actually it. This is the baton. So it's got a bit of silver in between it, breaking it up, and one end to it. There's just a silver finish on it, and then it's got it's kind of like black plastic in between. I was supposed to say rubber then, but it isn't really. It's just kind of like black plastic, which has got a ribbed feel to it. But yeah, a bit disappointed that it just kind of looks like a flute or something, or a recorder that you play. Not really much on it. You know, I was expecting, you know, even the First Order had the electronic kind of, you know, kind of right control buttons, and this just looks like a whistle. Yeah, so there we go. There's all the accessories that the Patrol Trooper comes with. You also get these super duper instructions with him as well to tell you how to pose him with the different weapons, where they go on his armour, and then just a little bit about the armour itself, so it's telling you the armour is non-removable. So the Patrol Trooper also comes with his own base. It's got this little clear plastic sleeve over the top of it, so if I peel that off there you guys can see that a little bit better. Keep this guy for my collection. There we go, so it's got like the road markings on there, the the yellow lines, and then a bit of concrete kind of paint job onto it there, just grey, industrial looking. It's got an interesting base to it there, so Star Wars Patrol Trooper. Again, no mention of Solo, a Star Wars story anywhere on it. Surprised with that there, and it's got this kind of embossed, kind of like looks like industrial kind of cockpits, like the Millennium Falcon even behind it. Okay, so there's a little nod to Solo there, but the Millennium Falcon is behind the writing there. Nothing else on that base, and then obviously has the adjustable spring that you can use there to pop in the back like that. Then that adjusts to the height of your figure, and you can display the figure without him falling over. He sits on there really nicely. Yeah. As with all figures, I'm sure you're aware by now, the hand just twists off and you literally just get the replacement hand in and twist it into position. And then the blaster literally sits comfortably in his holster there, and then the right baton fits around the other side of his belt. So there we are, there is my review of the Patrol Trooper, the latest Hot Toys offering. Overall, I don't know whether you guys would admit this is a must pick up. I think it's one of them kind of die-hard collectors where you want every single version of the Troopers that are available. I think probably if you buy the occasional Hot Toy, there's probably more important characters or favourite characters out there that you would like to pick up. I do think, with a lot of guys I've spoken to on Instagram and the way I've seen on the collecting sites, that this could go the way of the Shore Trooper. So there won't be many of them about, I don't think. I think people will keep them and hold on to them when they buy them. So this guy could be a bit of a win-win, I think. So if you want to pick up every single figure you can go in and you haven't seen this guy about, I would try and get on one of the websites or eBay stores to pick him up now, because I reckon you're going to be paying 400 plus for him one day at some point, I imagine. So yeah, you know, he's one of them ones I was a bit kind of on the fence of picking up. I think he's a lot better in person once you get him. I think the variant of the armour and the weapons he's got and the actual design of the figure is enough to warrant picking him up, I think. Yeah, he's that different from the Stormtrooper that he doesn't look kind of like just another variant of the Trooper. But yeah, well, guys, I'll leave that down to you. Hopefully this review will have made up your mind either way, whether you are considering it. He's starting to hit eBay now. I don't know about the UK, but you can import him in now. He's round about the standard price point, so like I said, pick him up. Could be an investment piece. You never know. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next review, which is coming within the next few days. See you soon.
Find MDW on Facebook and Instagram now at MDW_toys.